Barnett has our top story.
While villages come in different sizes, size doesn't matter as the number of minimum maintenance staff they have is set forth in law, and big or small, all mayors have the same amount of staff. And while we hear routinely that mayors don't have enough workers to maintain their villages, Mayor's Council Executive Director Angel Sablan says it's not possible for the council to take workers from smaller villages and give them to bigger ones.
No, it's not, because it's by statute. There's 5 at the minimum.
That's right. Every village gets a minimum of 5 maintenance workers, and with every GovGuam agency fighting for a bigger piece of the general fund pie, mayors' pleas for more money to hire more staffers usually fall on deaf ears.
Every budget hearing, every year, we ask for additional for the bigger villages, but we don't get it.
Deputy Mayor Melissa Zavares tells KUAM sometimes residents don't know the mayor's staff struggle is real.
Chris, my staff barely can even drink water, because we're aggressively trying. By the time we cut grass halfway through, the grass from the first area is already overgrown, and we still haven't gotten to the end of the phase.
While bigger villages get a larger chunk of appropriations from the street maintenance fund because it's based on the number of roads in a village, each village gets the same amount of funding from the public safety, island-wide beautification, and limited gaming funds. These funds and the lump sum budget given to the council barely cover what needs to get done, and efforts to reconfigure how monies from these funds are divvied up are voted down when mayors of small villages vote together to reject them, Sablan said. If larger districts got bigger chunks of these funds, they'd be able to hire more staff, but they don't, so they can't. Zavares says 5 maintenance workers for a small village isn't justified.
Humanic doesn't need 5 maintenance. I disagree. I totally disagree with it. Yeah. It shouldn't be just equally divided like most things are. And that's where, the setback is.
Mayor Zavares tells us she came up with a formula. Mayors would get an additional maintenance worker for every 5,000 residents they have over 10,000 residents. That formula would allow Zavares to hire 7 more workers, with other populous areas like Jigo being able to hire at least 2 extra staffers.
I would be in heaven, and we could do a lot more for our people.
Meanwhile, Sablan says the council is looking at how creative it can get with its lump sum budget to try and alleviate staffing concerns. But with budgets around GovGuam getting tighter and tighter, he says there's not much wiggle room. For Guam's News Network, Chris Barnett reports.
Also this weekend, GPD's Central Precinct over in Sinanya had a ribbon-cutting ceremony back in June, but Guam's Finest has yet to operate out of the building. According to Chief of Police Steve Ignacio, there is a conditional occupancy permit not allowing them to occupy the buildings with employees just yet. However, they are allowed to move in furniture and unpack their various types of equipment.
The precinct that we're currently in, the Oda-Gatner precinct, is I think it's safe to say that we've outgrown the use of that facility, and the new facility is going to help meet the needs of the citizens and the community, especially in the central area.
Guam's top cop does not know when they'll be able to fully operate out of the precinct, but he does say there are more inspections scheduled. The current facility downtown in Hagatna will be turned over to the Corrections Department once GPD completely moves out. Elsewhere tonight, Giving Tuesday takes place on December the 3rd, and we have several classes from island schools participating. Leading up to the big day, every weekend we introduce you to some of the classes who are taking the Kids for Kindness Challenge. Here's more from the home of the Tututs.
We challenge you to take the Kids for Kindness Challenge.
The students of Mrs. Manahero's class at Upi Elementary School are prepping for Giving Tuesday by doing daily tasks of kindness. Students like 4th graders Darla, Alexa, and Evan share which tasks have been their favorite and why.
Picking up trash because global warming is not a good thing. My favorite activity or challenge was to give compliments to my classmates because I knew that somehow I would make their day better just by giving them a nice thing to say about them.
My favorite kindness challenge was to do a chore without being asked by my parents, because when I folded all my clothes and my parents came home, they were so surprised.
For their Giving Tuesday project, the students of Mrs. Manahero's class have been collecting toys for the annual Toys for Tots drive. According to 4th grader Sophia, it's a project she and all her classmates are very passionate about, making sure other kids have a Merry Christmas.
It makes me feel happy To give toys to the less fortunate because I just want to make them happy.
Mariel and Alexa share why everyone should be kind.
It's important to be kind because you might just, like, what if the person's having a bad day and you just say hello and be kind? It makes their heart, like, really popping and, like, really happy and sweet. Being kind is making someone's day because sometimes they have problems, they're insecure about themselves or they have problems at home or at school. And if you just be kind and maybe make them your new friend, then maybe they'll be kind to somebody else and the circle just keeps going around, and for once maybe the world will change for a bit.
If you would like to find out more about this Global Day of Giving and how you can participate and join the Giving Tuesday movement, visit givingtuesday.org. Also, make sure to follow at Giving Tuesday Guam on Instagram.
Happy Giving Tuesday from Upi Elementary School! Yay!
As our Joan Duncan-Charfer is reporting. Great job there, Joan. Thank you. Well, earlier this week, the Archdiocese of Agana celebrated Holy Mass at Pico Cemetery for all the unborn babies who died before birth. Mass was followed by a proper burial with Father Romy Convocar and celebrant Father Julius Akinyemi, the spiritual co-directors of the Guam Catholic Pro-Life Committee, coordinating the Mass and interment. The remains of the unborn youth were obtained from the Department of Public Health. In a press release, the pro-life group stated, quote, "Although these children did not make it to their birthdays in this world, we are celebrating their fullness of everlasting life in God's eternal kingdom in heaven," end quote. And moving on our rundown, there is great news tonight for those who live in the village of Mangilao, as it was recently announced Jamaican Grill will open their 4th location along Corton Torres Street. And according to a press release, the lease has been properly signed. Co-owners Frank Kenny and Timothy Murphy opened the flagship location within Chamorro Village on December 8, 1994, and have dished out their unique fusion recipes ever since. They'd eventually branch out, as you know, opening locations in Tumon in 2004 and up here in Dedido in 2011. Kenny says the Mangilao branch has been a long time coming. Mangilao opens in the summer of 2020. Well, please stay tuned. Coming up next, trend spotting and the Guam Crime Stoppers report.
Get up-to-the-minute news, plus access to alerts, streaming radio, promotions, and more on your mobile device by downloading the KUAM News mobile app, available at the App Store now.
Advances in technique and medications used to prevent dental pain have shattered the myth that a dental visit is something to fear. Even the dreaded root canal or wisdom tooth extraction. Swabbing or spraying a topical numbing agent on before the injection and using different techniques and anesthetics can create a relatively comfortable or pain-free injection. Injections are often the most feared procedure. Some patients don't like the sounds or the vibrations of decay removal. If you're still nervous or you gag easily, despite these techniques, very safe oral medicines can be taken before your dental appointment to eliminate all fears, or some clinics use nitrous oxide gas. Pain relievers can easily be prescribed to eliminate mild to severe dental discomfort after any visit. For your Helpful Dental Minute, I'm Dr. Kenny Bourgeois of Paradise Smiles. We shall never know all the good that a simple smile can do.
KUAM Podcast Network is on demand and available anytime for you to get your fill of the hottest topics from Teen KUAM.
These types of things are happening.
From news.
He has been in and out of jail since 2012.
To pop culture.
There's a bunch of people even saying now this is the greatest movie of all time.
That's crazy.
Health and nutrition.
We're putting all these chemicals into our body, all these preservatives, and down the line we have health issues.
Food.
I'm very passionate about really good food.
Nostalgic playlists and everything in between.
This guy has worked with Justin Bieber, DJ Khaled, Chance the Rapper.
The amount of fangirling right now that's happening inside this body is crazy.
So listen up whenever and wherever and subscribe and follow us today on SoundCloud, on Apple Podcasts, and on Spotify or your favorite podcast platform. Hafaday and happy holidays. I'm asking you to join me in supporting the U.S. Marine Corps' Toys for Tots program by donating a new or unwrapped toy for kids this year.
The Toys for Tots program, now in its 10th year on Guam, has partnered with the Guam Chamber of Commerce, Salvation Army, Catholic Social Services, and the KUAM Care Force.
For the third year, we have continued to expand into the CNMI in partnership with the Saipan Young Professionals.
Together, we hope to make this a Christmas to remember for all the kids and teens throughout the Marianas.
You may drop off your new unwrapped toys between now and December 13th in any one of our boxes throughout Guam, Saipan, or here at the KUAM studio.
We ask that when purchasing this year, please also remember gifts for older children and young teenagers.
On behalf of the Marine Corps Toys for Tots Foundation, Marine Corps Activity Guam, and the KUAM Care Force, we thank you for coming together and sharing in the spirit of the season.
This message is brought to you by the KUAM Care Force.
From stolen wallets to drive-by shootings, this up next and more on Trend Spotting. How's it, everyone? I'm Cami Aguirola and welcome back to another episode of Trend Spotting. Here are the topics that had you talking this week, starting with another escape from the Department of Corrections. This time out of the Hagåtña detention facility. It was a foot chase for DOC and Guam police officers. At 7:15 a.m., 24-year-old detainee Patrick Hernandez escaped as food was being delivered to the center. The inmate had been confined at the detention facility since September 17. 2 hours into the search, Hernandez was captured in Maina. He was escorted to the Hagåtña precinct by detectives from GPD's Criminal Investigation Division. Acting DOC Deputy Director Joe Carbolito said he didn't know how Hernandez managed to leave the facility and that the case is currently under investigation. Here are some of your comments. On Facebook, Jesse Mendiola said, "What else needs to occur before they realize our prison system is in a state of emergency?" Another Facebook user, Grace Elone Antonio, said, "How can this keep happening? It's not only this time, but it has been repeated. It shows the prison management ignorance and don't do changes to prevent from happening again." Another Facebook user said, "Well, he just made it harder in himself." A surveillance video from Familia Mart in Chalampago showed a man walking away from the cashier and picking up a wallet as he walked out of the store. Police officer Ryan Jean Guerrero Shimizu was booked and released. The 49-year-old officer was identified by CID detectives as the individual caught on surveillance video stealing a wallet at Chalampago Familia Mart on Thursday evening. According to a media release from the Guam Police Department, Officer Shimizu was summoned to GPD headquarters in Tidsin, where he was later interviewed and arrested for the following offenses: theft of property lost or mislaid and official misconduct. Chief of Police Steve Ignacio says he wants to assure the community that the Guam Police Department holds every employee to the highest standards of professionalism on and off duty. Therefore, I have placed an order on Shimizu on administrative leave as this case moves forward. On Facebook, users took to the comments to share their opinions. One of the most liked comments is from Joey Paulino saying, "It could happen to anyone, but a police officer should have turned it into the store attendant and acknowledged that he's an officer of the law, and he is a witness to the lost and found wallet." Milan Trinidad said, "This exemplifies a crime of moral turpitude. If he's a policeman, he did not uphold the law and has violated the standards and conducts he's sworn to protect under oath." Karina Agintaitano said, "He saw it already, took those few seconds to think about it, and turned back. Premeditated in seconds. Then the audacity to go through it in the vehicle. Regular customer, he should have known the cameras were there." Over on our Instagram, one user said, "It's sad when trusted officials who take an oath to protect and serve not ourselves but our community, we find these unethical people serving our people. Fire him, as he obviously can't perform his job to its fullest capacity. Shameful." There's still no arrest in the shooting of a woman that occurred along the back road to Anderson. Now the victim's passenger is speaking out. Lena Lee Marsono was with her cousin, 27-year-old Rina Pito, traveling along Route 15 in Paget last Wednesday when someone opened fire. Marsono said they didn't realize at the moment that it was actual gunfire. Pito is still recovering from her injuries, but according to Marsono, will need surgery on her jaw, and thankfully the baby is fine. The Guam Police Department has not released any new information about the shooting. Marsono said she doesn't know why or who shot at them. On Facebook, Ito Pango McCord said, "Something's wrong with this whole incident. First, why are the bullets still in the poor lady? If they take the bullets out, maybe they can identify the weapon and trace it to the owner. It seems like there's no urgency. Meanwhile, there are hundreds of cars on the road in danger with a lunatic on the loose." Songi Guam said the lack of urgency to resolve this case or provide the necessary medical care for the victim can easily be construed as discrimination towards FAS citizens. If the victim was a local or a former politician, then an arrest would have been made, community meetings be arranged, and medical attention will be beyond the norm. So sad. If you have any information on the shooting, you're urged to call GPD dispatch at 472-8911 or 475-8615-7. Attorney Dana Gutierrez has been nominated as the next Superior Court judge. Governor Lou Leon Guerrero announced her choice at a news conference today at Adalup. Gutierrez has served at the court as a director of policy, planning, and community relations and has worked the Calvo Fisher law firm where she specialized in labor and employment law. She believes she has the necessary judicial temperament for the job. If confirmed by legislature, Gutierrez would be the 8th member of the Superior Court bench, and the governor says the judiciary will not need an additional appropriation to accommodate the new judge.
It's that time of year. Christmas Pops 2, your official kickoff to the holiday season, is coming to the Guam Museum on Sunday, November 24th from noon to 6 p.m. Featuring the largest array of unique holiday gifts and crafts for all your shopping under one roof, tons of Christmas activities including a DIY and customization workshop, holiday photos with Santa, delectable treats and eats, festive entertainment, and for adults 21 and over, the return of the Strongbow Holiday Cider Bar and the Blue Moon Iced Coffee Ale Winter Lodge. Admission is free, and you can purchase a commemorative shopping tote for just $5 to benefit the Edward M. Calvo Cancer Foundation. It's the perfect event to get you in the Christmas spirit. Save the date for Christmas Pops, Sunday, November 24th from noon to 6 p.m. at the Guam Museum. Presented by Strongbow Cider and Blue Moon Iced Coffee Blonde.
That's all for this week. Siduas Maasi for watching, and I'll see you next time.
We value relationships because when we commit,
I love you guys until you're 80, until you're 90, until you're 100, forever.
we are in it for the long run. So you can enjoy the moments that matter. Because when we commit to relationships, we never stop caring. Calvo's Select Care, health care that is always there for you. Federal employees and annuitants enroll today.
Guam's auto appearance specialist, Elegant Reflections, has been providing the automotive industry with professional detailing and car care products at its highest quality, from complete detailing, full interior detailing, exterior detailing, headlamp restoration, hand washing, seat and carpet shampoo, engine degreasing, undercarriage cleaning, paint sealant, fabric protection, paint oxidation removal, and so much more. Visit us at our new location. Call 646-5555 for an appointment. Elegant Reflections, Guam's auto appearance specialist, over 20 years of experience.
There are more ways to experience Guam via KUAM News, giving you what you want, when you want, and how you want it. From smart devices, Alexa, what's in the news?
Here's your flash briefing.
Over the web, on mobile, on streaming platforms, with immersive, interactive formats, and via social media where it's more than just content, it's conversation. More ways to keep you informed and entertained whenever you want it, wherever you are, on whatever device you're using.
News shocked our island community this week as we had to report that a sexual assault was happening to a 13-year-old girl in the village of Derilo. My good friend GPD Sergeant Paul Tapao is here, and we are talking about not only just how unbelievably tragic this crime is, but how we can help and how we can hopefully do something to help you guys in your investigation.
It is. It's tragic to report this as the Public Information Officer for the Guam Police Department.
these are some of the things that I dread, bringing forward to the community. But, nonetheless, we need to bring closure to this case and, assure the victim and the family that we are doing everything. Our officers, our detectives are working, pretty much around the clock and bringing closure to this. But this is an opportunity, again, in which we utilize our media partners to bring forth what had happened. And since we brought, we issued the release yesterday, or within that day, we were able to receive some tip information, and it really speaks volumes of the community wanting to bring closure to this. And we want to encourage everybody that really within that little proper, or that proper within that Loretta Street, if you saw something, before this incident happened, before 8 o'clock, 6, 7 o'clock in the evening, this is a great opportunity. And take a time frame from 8:30 to maybe 9 o'clock, and if you saw somebody, if you saw something strange or something unusual in that area prior to police officers arriving, somebody acting strange and suspicious, running away when they heard the sirens, this is a great opportunity to help the victim and provide that information to the Guam Crime Stoppers.
Now, Sarge, it's interesting because we were talking on our Crime Time live stream earlier this week. This Dedito incident is almost the exact opposite of what happened over in Pagat Manilao. That area of Manilao, it's very, very sparsely populated. There's stretches of road where there's nobody there. There's jungle, there are, lookout points and everything. This part of Dedito is the exact polar opposite of saying. It's incredibly densely populated. There's 2 schools within walking distance. The church is right down the street. There's a store. There's always people there and everything. So what are some of the challenges or maybe opportunities that if you're a resident or if you think you heard something, how can we bring that information to you?
And being the polar opposite of what we featured with, the shooting that happened in Pagat, here you have a dense populated area. Here you have lighting. Here you have a community. You have homes that have CC cameras, surveillance cameras that can aid our investigators. You have motorists. You have passerbyers who are pillar families within that community that can give that information. So you're absolutely correct. It's polar opposite in what we featured with the shooting. Now here's an opportunity, and as we broke that story, as we provided that story to the media, within a matter of hours after releasing that, or the media putting out there, the Guam Crime Stoppers tip line was actually inundated with a lot of calls. And this is just testament of the community wanting to bring closure and wanting to bring help. But we need every information that we can get. As soon as we get that information, it's being channeled out to our investigators and it's followed up immediately. So everything and anything that people are reporting, this is actually being followed up in a timely manner.
And our island culture is we have such reverence for women. But in the first case, again, with the Pagat shooting, that was an expectant mother, someone who was expecting to bring new life into the world. And in this case, it's a young girl, like an innocent child and everything like that. And I know you folks at GPD, you treat every investigation, with utmost professionalism and sincerity, but when it comes especially like to females and to kids, you guys really want to make sure that justice can be brought to this case.
It's pretty much a tier level, it's the top tier, it's the priority and everything, and bringing closure. But like all cases that we treat, we treat it at a tier level. It's a top priority and everything. And nobody asked for this. She didn't ask for it, and it may sound a bit frustrated and everything, maybe a little bit angry about it, because that's a community in itself that has a school, that has neighbors, that has stores, that has a church, and people should feel safe in their homes. But this is an opportunity in assuring that the community can really take ownership by giving us that information. This is where we stress the Neighborhood Watch program, but simply reporting crime, reporting strange or unusual incidents. Use the Guam Crime Stoppers program. Go to our website, guam.crimestoppersweb.com, submit a tip. If you saw something, if you saw someone that fit the description, that was in the area within the time frame before the incident happened, so 8 o'clock is your mark, give 2 hours before that incident, give yourself another hour after that incident, somebody running, somebody looked scared, somebody looked concerned, walking in a high pace. This is something that we need to take into. This is something that we need to look into.
Okay, so we do have our Crime of the Week, and this is the information on that case, right?
Absolutely.
All right, here is what you need to know. Please pay attention because we need your help.
The Guam Police Department and the Guam Crime Stoppers is seeking the help from the community relative to an ongoing criminal sexual assault complaint. Now, the preliminary police report suggests that on Monday, November 18, at around 8 o'clock in the evening, a 13-year-old female was walking on Loretta Street in Dedito when an unknown man grabbed her from behind and forced her into the jungle line. While there, the female minor was sexually assaulted by the unknown man. During the course of the assault, the female minor was able to fight free and managed to run home for help. Officers from the Dedido precinct arrived shortly thereafter and began canvassing the area in attempts in locating the suspect. The female minor was later transported to KUAM Memorial Hospital. for treatment and care. This case has been...
The Matson USO Rock and Run for Our Heroes is coming back to the Guam Museum, Skinner Plaza, on Saturday, December 14th. Check out our fast and easy registration online at guam.uso.org. We'll be rocking out with music, of course. Lace up your shoes, bring your family and friends, and rock and run for our heroes on December 14th. Sign up today online at USO Tumon Bay and the Royal Orchid Hotel or at USO Anderson. Special thanks to title sponsor Matson and all supporters of our USO Rock and Run for Our Heroes 5K.
It is the spirit within us, our soul, our essence that drives us to seek a better way, to create beauty and enrich the senses, to inspire fulfilling lives, to be at one with our earth and protect those who we love. Only by taking on challenges do we change the world for the better.
It comes only once a week, and you never know what type of brie mix she'll have in store for you.
This, by far, is one of the toughest workouts I have ever done.
From adventures to instructional segments and even an occasional showcase of her hidden talents. In the mix is that weekly dose of fun during the time of the week when you need it most. So take a breather and join Sabrina every Thursday on KUAM TV and streaming anytime on our digital platform.
It's that time of year. Christmas Pops 2, your official kickoff to the holiday season, is coming to the Guam Museum on Sunday, November 24th from noon to 6 p.m. Featuring the largest array of unique holiday gifts and crafts for all your shopping under one roof, tons of Christmas activities including a DIY and customization workshop, holiday photos with Santa, delectable treats and eats, festive entertainment, and for adults 21 and over, the return of the Strongbow Holiday Cider Bar and the Blue Moon Iced Coffee Ale Winter Lodge. Admission is free, and you can purchase a commemorative shopping tote for just $5 to benefit the Edward M. Calvo Cancer Foundation. It's the perfect event to get you in the Christmas spirit. Save the date for Christmas Pops, Sunday, November 24th from noon to 6 p.m. at the Guam Museum. Presented by Strongbow Cider, Blue Moon Iced Coffee Blonde, and Docomo Pacific, Better Together.
The end of the show means we celebrate those of you who have a birthday this weekend, so let's introduce you to this week's celebrants. It's time, everybody, to do some weekend birthdays. So, on Saturday, November 23rd, happy birthday to Francis Blas, who blows out the candles this weekend. Francis, we hope you have a fantastic Saturday birthday. And Peyton Sablon, great name, great quarterback, and great day for this 9-year-old. Happy birthday from the whole family. May you have a fantastic day. And born on Sunday, the 24th, Jessa Kinga has a birthday today. So Jessa, we hope you and your entire family celebrate the awesomeness that is you and celebrate all weekend long. Happy birthday, everyone. Now, as always, we remind you that you too can be part of the Cold Stone Creamery Birthday Club. Great bragging rights for your friends, by the way. You were like, hey, I was on KUAM. And all you got to do is tell someone who cares about you. Just go to KUAM.com, click on the birthday link, and register you. All you got to do is tune in, and it is our pleasure to make you happy. All right, that's going to do it for our show. We'll see you real soon.